The increase in the prevalence of obesity in Canada and around the world has had detrimental impacts on the public health of our population. According to the World Health Organization, since 1975, the worldwide obesity rate has nearly tripled.
I bet you can remember the days when you ran around and played outside until you were forced to come in for dinner. After dinner, your time would be spent playing Lego and reading books before bed. Today, children are not getting nearly as much exercise as they used to. Only 39% of children are meeting the national guidelines of getting 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity a day. This is largely due to the fact that children are now getting rides to and from school, outside playtime is being reduced by electronic devices, and technology is engraved in our day-to-day lives.
This moving map demonstrates the change in obesity rates around the world from 1995 to 2016. The darker shading indicates the global growing rates of obesity increasing. The obesity rates went up from 17.6% to 29.4% in the 21 years. Did you know 64% of Canadians over the age of 18 are considered overweight or obese? So what exactly is obesity?
According to Obesity Canada, obesity is defined as a body mass index of greater than 30. Obesity is associated with a variety of adverse health outcomes, including hypertension and type 2 diabetes.
The increase in the prevalence of obesity in Canada and around the world has detrimental impacts on the public health of our population. The rapid growth of obesity rates has been driven by many factors which we will outline within this presentation, including lack of nutrition education, the fast food environment, the increase of portion sizes, and fast food marketing strategies.
The social determinants of health outline a broad range of personal, social, economic, and environmental factors that determine individual and population health. These factors play a significant role in both child and adult obesity rates. High rates of obesity align directly with race and ethnicity, lower education, socioeconomic status, and environmental upbringing. A population health approach looks at the social determinants of health in correlation to the rising rates of obesity amongst different populations.
There are a variety of influential factors that are contributing to the obesity epidemic. We split these factors into two categories: the social determinants of health and other contributing factors.
Firstly, the social determinants of health. Education. Individuals from households with higher levels of education purchase healthier food and have a lower prevalence of obesity compared to shoppers from households with lower levels of education.
Accessibility, which includes physical environment, transportation, income, and social status. Nearly 23.5 million people live in food deserts and rural areas that are more than 10 miles away from a supermarket. A food desert is an area where highly processed and fast foods are easily accessible and affordable. Food deserts occur in poor urban areas where there is limited or no access to healthful and affordable options like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains.
This first map is of Victoria. As you can see, the second map shows locations of various markets and grocery stores located throughout the city. From this map, it is evident that no matter where you are located within the Greater Victoria area, grocery stores are easily accessible. Now comparing Victoria to the South American city of Lima, Peru. As you can see on this map, there are many grocery stores located within the more populous area of the city, but as you extend beyond the downtown areas, grocery stores and supermarkets are sparse and more difficult to access.
Culture. Minority populations are much more likely to live in a food desert neighborhood. To specify, African Americans are 4 times more likely to lack accessible full-service supermarkets compared to white Americans. For this reason, amongst others, African American adults are 1.5 times more likely to be obese. Next, the contributing factors.
Portion sizes. The overconsumption of calorie-dense, nutrient-poor foods is evolving and becoming the societal norm. Larger populations and supersized, affordable fast foods are becoming more popular and overall contributing to the obesity epidemic in North America.
More fast food chains are offering supersized meal deals offering high-calorie, low-nutrient foods at an inexpensive price. Soft drink serving sizes are also increasing. Fast food restaurants often offer extremely inexpensive meal deals which can include a burger, fries, and a drink.
What do you notice when you order your meal at a fast food restaurant? We compared ordering food at both McDonald's and Dairy Queen. When ordering a single cheeseburger at both restaurants, we were asked if we would like to upgrade to a combo meal by adding a large fries and a large drink for only $2.
As a result of promotions and upgrading size portions for a low cost, customers consume products that are higher in calories as well as fat, sodium, and added sugars.
The restaurant industry is enabling the overconsumption of food by giving customers what they want, value for their money, and portions and calories. Ultimately, this leads to an increase in the restaurant's profits and the customer's waist circumference.
Target marketing. We explored a variety of common marketing strategies and also looked specifically at target marketing for kids. Firstly, product placement. More often than not, both food and non-food stores, such as hardware and toy stores, promote the consumption of foods in saturated fats, sugar, and sodium by placing unhealthy products in checkout aisles. As a result, customers end up purchasing foods they otherwise would not. This consumption of poor nutritional quality foods displayed at both food and non-food stores is ultimately promoting and contributing to the obesity epidemic.
Secondly, false advertising. The misunderstanding of how food is labeled can also contribute to the overconsumption of foods, especially sugar. It has been ingrained in our minds that consuming vegan or sugar-free foods are better for us, when in reality, this is not always the case.
Which package of gummies do you think has more sugar? For example, these real fruit gummies may draw the attention of a customer as their name real fruit. Therefore, the customer may perceive these gummies to be healthier and contain less sugar. Whereas, look at these Haribo gummies. They are covered in sugar. As a result, the customer may perceive the real fruit gummies as healthier and containing less sugar because they contain real fruit. Surprisingly, the real fruit gummies contain more sugar proportion size compared to the real fruit gummies. So what does 20 grams of sugar actually look like? It is equivalent to 1/4 cup or nearly 5 teaspoons of sugar, and that is only for 8 gummies. Thirdly, fast food restaurants and tricks of the trade. There are currently more than 27,000 fast food restaurant locations throughout Canada. Eating out leads to excess calorie intake and increases the risk of obesity due to large portion sizes and excess amounts of unhealthy ingredients. Restaurants also go to the extent of using fake smells to think you're hungry when you're not, and use color schemes. Red and yellow are two of the most commonly used to stimulate appetite, hunger, and happiness.
Lastly, target marketing kids. Common marketing techniques that are used to attract children include celebrity endorsements, cross-promotions, and placing toys or games within the product. A common platform to convey food advertisements to children is through cartoons and social media. Nearly 49% of advertisements shown during children's cartoon programming are for low-nutrient foods that are high in fat, sodium, and added sugars. Within these advertisements, cartoon characters are used in 74%, while toy giveaways are used in 26%. This marketing technique is known as cross-promotion. Cross-promotions are a type of promotion used to increase food products' youth appeal through association with entertainment or other properties popular within these age groups. These cross-promotions associate animated characters from TV shows and movies, athletes, sports teams and events, or toys and games with certain food products. Take this Honey Nut Cheerio commercial as an example, as the advertisement is targeted towards children, and different marketing strategies including cross-promotion, putting toys within the box, and games on the back of the box are used.
Initiatives. Obesity is largely preventable. Many initiatives can be put into place to improve our worldwide obesity rates and food environments. Many strategies can contribute to healthy food environments, such as applying nutrition standards in child care facilities, schools, hospitals, and workplaces, or providing incentives for supermarkets to establish their businesses in underserved areas. Such strategies help in making healthy food options more accessible and affordable for everyone. The food industry has the most control in improving the obesity crisis. Adding a policy such as taxing processed and sugar-filled food items could entice food producers to focus on promoting healthier food options which are not taxed. Foods high in sugars, salt, and fats, especially those foods aimed at children and teenagers, and instead advertise for healthy food options.
We will now be outlining some unique initiatives that we discovered which aim to help reduce the prevalence of obesity. Firstly, a nutrition education initiative. Schools are viewed as an effective setting for nutrition education. Despite this, children only receive between 9 and 13 hours of nutrition-related education a year when the required amount of time for changes in nutrition attitudes and behaviors ranges from 35 to 50 hours. Together, Let's Prevent Childhood Obesity, a school-based program in France, has now expanded to more than 500 communities worldwide. It aims at reducing childhood obesity prevalence by encouraging local environments to help children adopt healthier eating and physical activity behaviors. The curriculum, taught by classroom teachers trained by dietitians in basic nutrition, aims to help improve children's knowledge about healthy eating habits. It includes the promotion of healthy, plateable, and affordable foods, tasting opportunities in school cafeterias, cooking classes, visits to farms and food shops, and family engagement activities like breakfast in schools. Together, Let's Prevent Childhood Obesity is now the largest and most effective global childhood obesity prevention program. The question that arises is, are school-based nutrition education programs effective initiatives to help prevent childhood obesity? Researchers Vugilers and Fitzgerald assessed 282 programs implemented in Nova Scotia public schools. Researchers concluded that schools with pre-existing nutrition interventions based on the CDC recommendations, which was approximately 30% of schools, had fewer overweight and obese students. Ultimately, it was concluded that school-based intervention programs have a high potential to reduce childhood obesity.
Next, portion control. Helping customers to become more aware of appropriate portion sizes could be an extremely beneficial action. An initiative called NutriKit, which began in Mexico and has now expanded to other parts of North America, uses life-sized food and beverage replicas to educate people about food, healthy eating, and portion sizes. The replicas consist of suggested serving sizes of whole foods from all of the different food groups. Some examples include sliced apples, bread, milk, broccoli, and salad. Through NutriKit, individuals can learn how to replace healthy foods and beverages with other foods that are richer in nutrients and learn effective strategies to help create meals that are rich in nutrients and low in added sugars, saturated fats, and sodium. From a young age, children are taught to eat everything on your plate, as it is viewed as disrespectful to leave any food remaining. Oftentimes, children's eyes are bigger than their stomachs, thus they take a larger portion than they can consume. As a result, this can lead to overconsumption of calories and, if done on a regular basis, can contribute to weight gain.